A crew member told me no. So obviously, he is rude. A crew member told me no. Obviously, that is discrimination. A crew member told me no. How dare they tell me no? I pay their salary. Yes, these are the kinds of things that cruisers say, but the worst part of it is this all came from one comment only. Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. Today, we're going to talk about water shoes. Yes, I said water shoes because apparently, if you were told no, you can't wear water shoes, the crew member is rude. If a crew member tells you no, you can't wear water shoes in the pool, apparently that is discrimination. And if the crew member tells you, no, you can't wear water shoes in the pool, well, why are they doing it? Because clearly you pay their salary. Let's all forget the fact that it's their ship, their rules. They can decide and say what they want. No, they're rude, they're discriminating, and you pay their salary.
Now, I mentioned the word no because when a crew member says no, I think sometimes people say automatically to me they were rude. And maybe once or twice, listen, they're human, maybe they were. But on the majority of reasons, no, they weren't. They were just doing their job. And I'm sure they asked you or told you no respectfully. Here's such a case. This came into me last week and I wanted to highlight as to why we do this. It says, I don't like to put my feet on the bottom of public swimming pools. I wear water shoes. Why was I told rudely by the lifeguard on Celebration that I was not allowed to wear water shoes in the swimming pool? This is discrimination. There is no reason why I should not be allowed to wear them on the cruise I paid for and that pays that crew salary. Why have you pulled me over for speeding? I pay your salary. Anyway, let's ignore that bit. And I'm absolutely certain that the lifeguard, or the proper title, the swimming pool attendant, which is what they are, a swimming pool attendant there to keep everybody safe. And they do a wonderful job standing there to make sure that happens. And if they said no to the water shoes, here is the reason why. Water shoes in the swimming pool can mean that if you've been walking around the deck in them, which you can, of course, walking around the deck, walking around promenade, walking down the corridor in your water shoes, they may have picked up little bits of dirt or glass or bits of food or something else that is on the bottom of the shoe. That then goes into the swimming pool. And in the case of glass or plastic or something, it could do damage to somebody else. And that's why we don't allow them. Did you know that it takes an average of 7 hours to empty a swimming pool, refill it, and in between that, clean and do whatever is necessary? So that is why we have these really strict rules about water shoes and other things being not allowed in the swimming pool. And the crew member there really and honestly was just doing his job when he said no. And yes, thank you for paying his salary. We really do appreciate it.
So what do you guys think? Is the crew members being rude if they tell you no, you can't do something because there's a rule on the ship that says you can't? Are they discriminating against you if they tell you no, you can't do this, especially over wearing water shoes? And do you have the right to do what you want, say what you want, treat them how you want? Because good God, you pay their salary. You see, at the end of the day, not everybody may agree with whether or not you should or shouldn't wear water shoes in the swimming pools on board a Carnival cruise ship. But again, it's their ship. It's their pool. It's their rules. And if they tell you no, no means no. I get what he's saying. You could pick something up on the bottom of the shoe, take it in the pool. I don't know, you could pick something up on your foot, take it into the pool, something on your clothes, take it into the pool. You're supposed to shower ahead of time. But at the end of the day, they just say no, no water shoes allowed in their pools. And again, it's their pools, their choice, their decision. But I really got to know, I'm really curious. I'm dying on the inside. Why is it every single time, almost Every single time someone is told no by a crew member, told you can't do this, you can't have this, you can't go there, it always ends up with that crew member was rude to me, told me no. It's almost like they're just sitting in the corner pouting. That mean old man over there, he told me no. He's so mean and he's so rude. He not let me do whatever I want. Come on, be adults about it. You can't do it. You got told no. You say, cool, I'm not going to do that. Go about your day. They weren't rude to you. It's definitely not discrimination that you can't wear water shoes in a pool. My God, if you're the person that wrote that comment, go look up the word discrimination. You need to learn real quick. That has nothing to do with water shoes. And while, yes, as passengers, the fact that we purchase tickets and sail on board these ships does is what keeps the business afloat, does allow them to pay crew members, travel, buy fuel, food, take us all these wonderful places. However, that doesn't mean when you don't like the rules and you don't like the fact that you were told to follow them, you can go, stop it, because I pay for your salary. I get what I want, do what I want, say what I want, and that's it because I pay for you. Now, that's not how it works. That's not how the world works. No, no, no. You still got to follow the rules. It's their house, it's their party, and if you want to stay, you're going to have to do what they say. And that is going to be our video for today. If you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day. And like always, we will see you out on the high seas.